Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Occasionally people say the wrong thing. We've all done it. You've opened your mouth without thinking, you go blah, 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 and you immediately regret what you say, and you apologise, or you say you misspoke, or sorry, I said something, I was led to believe one thing, it was the other thing, I was not in full possession of the facts, things like that. But you do that, you say your apologies, you correct yourself, and then you move on, and people within minutes have forgotten about it, and that's fine, you carry on, and you're good to go. Sometimes people say something so spectacularly, bafflingly wrong that they just get ridiculed for it, and it'll now stick in people's memories for the remainder of their days. And one of these things has happened. A guy called David Henderson, he is the chief executive officer of an organisation called Water UK. It's a lobbying group that acts on behalf of all the water companies in Britain. And he has said something, and it is massively offensive. It is wrong, but we can laugh at it because it just highlights what an awful man he is. Now, he's saying that swimmers and canoeists and things are to blame for all the raw sewage being poured into rivers. He's saying it wouldn't be a problem, it wouldn't be an issue. People wouldn't care about it if it wasn't for people going swimming and canoeing in rivers and down by the coast and things. How dare people want to go swimming and want to do it in clean water? How dare they? Because I think there's nothing more bracing than diving in on a cold morning into the cold sea. It really enlivens you and wakens you up. And the fact that there's a human turd floating past your face shouldn't be of issue at all, should it? This guy is clearly a moron. Well, have a look at this. It's fine. It's funny. It's a light piece, but I just is he for real? Let's look. So Fury, as water chief, blames wild swimmers and canoeists for highlighting the scandal of sewage being pumped into rivers. He's saying that these people going out and doing this are only highlighting a problem, and it's wrong of them to do that. I beg your pardon. I think it should be wrong of water companies to be pouring pure human effluent into rivers and the coastal waters. Really? Seriously? Can we not do that? Can we not pump human shit directly into our rivers? That'd be great. Anyway, a water industry boss sparked fury last night after he blamed wild swimmers and canoeists for shining a spotlight on the scandal of sewage being pumped into rivers. David Henderson, Chief Executive Officer of the lobby group Water UK, claimed the issue of gallons of raw sewage being spewed out on a daily basis became such a hot topic only because more people had taken up water pursuits such as cold water swimming. He said, "We really didn't keep up with how people now expect the environment to be able to be used," he told a House of Lords committee last week. So what he's saying is that previously pouring human effluent and rubbish and crap, literally crap, into the rivers was fine and acceptable when people didn't know about it. But now they do. They demand that their rivers are clean and that we process the human waste in the way it's meant to be done, rather than just poured out for, the environment to deal with. Seriously, what is this guy on? He said, "We really didn't keep up with this." He said, "There's been an explosion in open water swimming, cold water swimming, the use of canoes and paddlers in reservoirs and other waterways. And in order for that to be done with as much as people want, there needs to be less waste going into the rivers and other waterways. There needs to be zero waste going into rivers and other waterways. None at all." Committee member Lord Cromwell criticised Mr Henderson, telling the water boss, "Surely that isn't the problem at all. It's not that people want to swim in the rivers or use the water in different ways. It's that the water is being polluted by sewage overflows which haven't been sufficiently controlled. That's the problem. It's pieces of human shit." And talking of which, I present Exhibit A. Because apparently it's the fault of swimmers, not the fault of the water companies who keep pouring this stuff away. Anyway, singer Fergal Sharkey, a prominent clean-up campaigner, told the Mail on Sunday that sewage pollution has absolutely nothing to do with wild swimmers or anybody else. He says the water industry continues its fatal act of self-denial, blaming the general public and wild swimmers for their own incompetence. This will not and never will work. He's right, he absolutely is, and he's got a good heart. Lizzie Carr, founder of clean water charity Planet Patrol, said targeting water users, the very people who have helped bring attention to the abysmal state of our waterways, and blaming them for raising fears about poor water quality, both on human and ecological health, is outrageous. Our last water quality report evaluated 1,229 citizen science readings tested at 48 sites and showed that all sites but one failed to meet the acceptable criteria for 5 pollutants that were tested. British water is absolutely horrible. It is filth because of the likes of water companies doing this all the time, just pouring everything in to the waterways. Canals, if you fall in a canal, don't hope to get out without catching something. Canals are notoriously filthy. Anyway, Water UK made a grovelling apology last month for sewage spills after admitting the public was right to be upset about the current quality of our rivers and beaches. Here's an interesting thing. It's a tangent time. If ever you go to Iceland, every river in Iceland is potable water. You can drink it straight from the river. It's that clean. No pollutants, no human filth, no filth of any kind. It's pure, clean, potable water. It's the only country in the world where every single river is clean. It's an amazing place. When you go out on there, it's fantastic. Anyway, last year there were more than 389,000 discharges of untreated sewage into UK rivers. They should be fined much more than they are, because I can just see what they're coming up here, what the fine is. It should be way more than that. Anglian Water was hit with a £2.6 million fine in April for discharging sewage equivalent to 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools into the North Sea. It's just, when you fill the North Sea, or any sea, doesn't matter, it's the North Sea, any sea, when you fill it with human filth like that, what happens then is that filth gets eaten by the filter feeders, they get eaten by the larger things, they get eaten by the fish, we eat the fish. We actually end up eating our own shit. That is why we pay money to the water companies to clean it and take it away, not to dump it back into the rivers and ultimately down it goes all the way to the sea. Horrible, isn't it? Anyway, when contacted for comment, Mr. Henderson said, "As I told the committee, the public are categorically not to blame for the problems in the rivers, and the industry has apologised for not acting fast enough." That's not what you said, though, is it, mister? Hey, you're saying it's the public's fault for highlighting it. Yeah, it should be highlighted at every time. Get over 400,000 discharges into rivers in 1 year. That is disgusting. That is awful. Oh, anyway, coming up. There should be much harsher fines, and I think perhaps making it a criminal offence rather than just sort of a civil offence. And if big discharges occur, then the chief executive must go to prison. Do that, put that in place, and let me tell you, there won't be another leak or discharge into the rivers. We'd have clean rivers within a fortnight. Literally. They'd be sitting there mopping it up themselves with buckets if they knew if they didn't get that sorted, they're going to jail. Seriously. It's the only way. We've got to force these people to do their job. You cannot be pouring human filth into our waterways continually like they're doing. It's disgusting. Anyway, jail's the answer. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. Definitely leave a like, that always helps. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, don't go swimming in canals. Really, really don't. They're filthy. And goodbye.